Yo, bear with me for a second. I just got out of the gym. I was walking back to the apartment and I was thinking to myself, why am I struggling with YouTube? Why am I struggling with meeting my goals? I sat down, I wrote out all the goals I wanted to do this year. We're already 1 month in and I still haven't met any of my goals. I'm trying to figure out what's stopping me, and I realized there's one major thing. If it's holding me back, it's probably holding you back as well. I make these videos off the cuff, and a lot of the times I'll be doing something and I'll come up with an idea, a really good concept for a video. And instead of me just stopping what I'm doing and jumping on here and making that video, I'll say, you know what, let me go take a shower, let me eat something, let me go for a walk, let me do a bunch of other things, and then I'll get back to it and I'll make that video. And what usually happens for me is by the time I stop what I was doing, the inspiration for the video is gone. And when that happens, I'm either not able to make it, so I just give up and say, you know what, I'll do this another day. Or I make the video and it doesn't hit the same way because it's not authentic. It's no longer spontaneous. I would categorize myself as a spontaneous content creator. And maybe that's your case too. You might be a spontaneous artist. A lot of the times we have a fear of failing. I think that's what the root cause is. It's a fear of failing. So you decide like, yo, let me just do everything else. And by the time I get to it, I'm already out of that mood, out of the state of mind, right? Anybody who's made videos, anybody who's tried to make content, you know that it requires a certain state of mind. I can't just jump on here and start talking if I'm not in the right mindset. And a lot of the times I let that window of opportunity fly by. When you get these bouts of inspiration, these windows of opportunity, you need to recognize, yo, I'm in the window. Let me stop what I'm doing while I have the inspiration to do it, instead of being fearful and saying, yo, I don't want to risk wasting energy on something that might not work. And this doesn't just apply to content creation, it applies to every aspect of life. For example, this morning I went to the gym, right? My whole body was aching already. And I said to myself, yo, do I really want to go to the gym? And honestly, I was looking for excuses not to go. You got to lock in because the universe throws you these bones of opportunity for you to go do the thing. It's a test. It's a test of your willpower. And when you stay in your bed or you just don't do whatever you claim you were trying to do, whether it be out of fear, whether it be out of laziness, whatever the case, the universe looks at that and says, this guy's not about it. And little by little, those opportunities, that window will shrink till it completely disappears. And then you won't realize the reason why. You'll just realize that you have no more opportunities and you're no longer feeling inspired at all. Being inspired, being locked in, completing your goals, that is a muscle. Just like going to the gym works out your muscles, locking in and taking advantage of that moment of inspiration, that's a muscle as well. And the more you use it, the more inspiration you get. The less you use it, the less inspiration you get. Back in 2018, I was writing a novel and I wrote 80,000 words. And one day I started to get writer's block. And the next day I got a little bit of inspiration, but I didn't take advantage of it. The next day I got a little less. The next day I got a little less, until eventually the inspiration was just gone. 6 years later, I still have 80,000 words written and the book has not been completed. Why? Because that window of inspiration is now gone. It's closed. For me to go and open up that window again, it would take a lot of effort. If you don't take advantage of those moments, they become fleeting moments of inspiration, right? It will come to a zero. Going to the gym, if I stop, when I get that feeling that I need to go to the gym, if I start to ignore it more and more and more, eventually it will just not come anymore. I'll forget all about it. I won't go anymore at all. The same thing with making YouTube videos, the same thing with any task. You need to appreciate those moments when you're able to tap into the greater window of inspiration. I don't know what I want to call it. Like the pool of inspiration, right? I really do believe that there's some sort of pool, human consciousness pool of inspiration that you can tap into once in a while. You need to be grateful every single time you get access to that pool of inspiration, because if you're not and you don't take advantage of it, little by little, you'll lose access to it. That's the truth. I think that being a creative person, it's almost like channeling a spirit. You have no idea how many times back when I used to do art, right? When I used to draw or when I used to write, I would just sit down and just my mind would be blank and I would just start either drawing something crazy or writing something amazing or playing the guitar like a freaking fiend. And that doesn't come from you. Or if it does, it comes from your deep subconscious. I know I'm talking in circles now, but the truth is you just got to tap into that every single time it happens. Use it or lose it, right? So I hope that you're tapping in. Don't let fear stop you from taking advantage of those moments. I just wanted to get that off my chest, man. I'm out.